always happens. Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 42. The show where we talk Android apps for your applicational pleasure. And we all have Android phones, no iPhones here. We don't even say the word, even though I just said it. And we bring apps that we either enjoy, we find we use every day. They could be good, they could be horrible, but they might be good for a conversational piece. And we try to mix it up, keep it fun, keep you enlightened. We'll go over a little bit of news. We read some emails. If you guys want to send us that, and we play voicemails, if you want to send us that too. And it's pretty fun, I think. I enjoy it, so hopefully the other guys do. Let me introduce them right now. Starting off with Steve McLaughlin, the Door-to-Door Geek from doortodoorgeek.com. Hey, Steve.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Just begging to reflash my phone because I have a non-rooted Gingerbread OS now, and it is the slowest. I can't picture how people can stand non-rooted phones. I don't know.
You know what? I could equate that too. It's like going from a Ford Escape to a Mustang GT back to a Ford Escape.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't have any reality on that.
I hope not. I was going to say it's like going from broadband to dial-up.
Yes, yes, I could see that too. I could see that too. That will never happen in my lifetime. I don't care. I don't care if you take every last cent of mine. That will never happen. I will make sure somehow that.
I would steal Wi-Fi.
Serious. Okay, let me introduce the other guys here so we could all join in the conversation. Tim Kelly from timscomputerfix.com. Hey, Tim.
Hey. How you doing?
How are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing good. I have to praise Verizon actually today.
Uh-oh.
They cut me a break. They actually saved me some potential hazardous problems for the next couple of days, so I'll explain that later, I guess.
Yeah, I want to hear about that. Praising big monopolies. We don't do it often.
I have to. I mean, you'll agree after I say it.
All right. Well, I'm curious to hear that now. Let's first introduce our next co-host, Eric Ardini from siliconwrench.com. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Steve. How's it going tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm staying really busy. Just doing fine. Enjoying it.
Good for you. So what time is it on the East Coast? Flash answer.
9 o'clock.
You got it. We like to mix up people on their time zones around here. I know what happens to me. Hey, the worst is Australia. I never know what time it is there. So, let's start with Tim today because I want to hear about this Verizon thing. Tim, what is the deal with that?
Oh, no. Actually, I have been like burning through some of my minutes, and I have a minute plan that I use my phone for my business, and my wife's phone is on the same service as in the family plans, and I was dead on par to just costing myself a lot of money. It was not just this month, but last month I went over on my minutes. I kind of said, okay, well, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
This month was just nuts with my business and with my wife. A lot of things was going on.
Right.
And I didn't even realize it. But, I know there's ways to find out, and there's alerts and stuff like that. But today I got a phone call from Verizon. No, actually, it was yesterday. I got a phone call from Verizon who warned me that I was actually dead on par to really going over my minutes, and so I have to hand it to him because I had 3 days left in my cycle, and I'm talking about my billing cycle. 3 full days left, and I had like 30 minutes left on my plan, and so they helped me out because basically here's what it boils down to. I'm going to get double my minutes for $20 more, and I'm going to be able to do my family circle thing, whatever you call it, for 5 other phone numbers. So
right.
So I'm happy. I mean, who could ask for anything better? I would think these big companies wanting to take all your money, they'd sit back and go, ha 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 ha, watch this guy.
So are you? Let me see if I understand correctly. Are you over your minutes, and they just didn't want you to go way over, or are you?
I was on par. They actually were tracking it. I guess they could see how many minutes I was using, and it saw that I had, basically more days left than minutes based upon the minutes I was using per day. And they caught me on that. So I have to say, wow, Oh, and here's another good thing too. They let me wait until Monday to change my plan to get charged for the next billing cycle, which is they let me wait till my next billing cycle for this to roll over for my minutes. And they also I looked on my site and they took down all of my tracking of my minutes. So they're basically for the next 2 days here. I'm okay on my minutes. I mean, I can't go over even if I tried. But if they wouldn't have called me and I wouldn't have agreed to the upgrade, man, I would have been eating some pretty high overages.
Yeah, I can tell you, Tim, the exact same thing happened to me 2 months ago. We got my father-in-law a phone, and I had no idea that he would use it as his regular phone, and I had no idea he even knew how to text. So we had like a week left for our plan, and they called me up and made me the same proposition. And, the husband gene kicks in and says, no matter what I pick, I'm going to be wrong. I need to ask my wife, can we wait? And they said, no, you have to answer this right now or the deal is off, kind of thing. And the lady was nice enough to wait on hold. I was sitting at my desk at work. So I used my work phone to call my wife, put it by her. And for us, I want to say it was almost the same thing. $20 extra a month, doubled our minutes because our plan was so old. The plan we were on doesn't even exist anymore. And then we got unlimited text for him, and the 5 phone number thing. It's everybody on your plan can call these 5 phone numbers no matter where they're at in, the US kind of thing. And there's no charge whatsoever. So we took the 2 highest phone numbers he called, the 2 highest phone numbers my wife called, and my father. Because we have me, my wife, her father, my father, all on the same plan. Yeah. And we would have gotten hammered. Yep. It would have been almost twice as much as our normal bill.
Last month, I went a little over, okay? And I ended up paying $40 more on my bill. This month, I was on par to even top that. So I'm glad they caught it. Here's another thing. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this. I mean, you may already know this. Verizon bought Alltel. Yeah. So my daughter was on Alltel, and she lives in other side of the country. And I was thinking, wow, Verizon's buying Alltel now. It's Verizon to Verizon. I won't get charged for those minutes. Well, what I found out is that not all of Alltel got bought out or switched over to Verizon. So Sumtel. That was Sumtel. That was interesting. So be careful with that.
You know what I bet? I bet that Verizon is not the only company that does this. And I bet you somebody started doing it, and then all the other cell phone companies had to do it, because they were right. People were talking about it, saying this, AT&T called me and told me about my overages, and somebody got screwed on Verizon, so they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm switching to AT&T then. So then Verizon found out what AT&T was doing, and then Sprint found out what Verizon was doing, and I bet they all do that now because they're so greedy that I don't think they came up with this. I don't think they originated this out of nowhere to be nice.
What service do you have, Steve?
Sprint.
But has it ever happened to you?
I hardly use the phone. I'm always
okay. You're right.
I think, a lot of us geeks, I don't know how much phone usage we do on our cells, but I mean, if you're using it as your business phone, that's going to hit you. But I wonder I'm just saying, I wonder if any of the other companies are doing it.
I want to say I heard AT&T doing it, and like Tim said, I'll say I went over like 4 or 5 times in the last year, but it was always came out to like $2 or $5, which that's doable. That's just one day. Instead of getting a Captain Harvey's cheesesteak, I get a 7-Eleven quarter-pound Big Bite.
Okay, tempt me. Go ahead and tempt me.
What about you, Eric? Do you ever go over on your minutes, or what service do you have?
I have US Cellular, and I've never went over on my minutes. I've got like a family plan with my in-laws, and I think couple sister-in-laws and my daughter and my wife. No, I don't go over. I do watch. It'll email me when I get to 75% of my minutes, and so I can kind of gauge on how much slowing down we should do after that. But all of my incoming and outgoing calls are free after 7 o'clock every night, and then before 7, all of my incoming calls are free, and that's anywhere in the country.
Well,
as long as I don't do a whole lot of outgoing calls during the day before 7, I'm usually fine.
Interesting. All right, you guys want to talk some apps? Tim, you cool on this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Eric, why don't you tell us your app, and then we'll roll around.
Okay. My first app is Groove Shark
Okay.
Mobile. I don't know. Have you ever talked about Groove Shark on air? I didn't see it on the
What
list.
does the grid say, Dor?
I looked on the...
I don't have to look. No, we haven't.
Okay. All right. Groove Shark is a music app that is kind of like Pandora, but I like it better because it plays any song you want right when you want to play it. If you just, I'll show it to you here. It does cost money. It cost me $18 for a year of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a free set of earrings with it, which I gave to my wife for Valentine's Day.
What?
Yeah. And yeah,
That's so funny.
And the thing is, they were made out of recycled vinyl records, and they were pink.
And they were what? They were pink?
Yeah, they were pink too. I think she had her choice of what color she wanted to pick out of.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but it's got a popular button.
Yeah.
If you hit that, you can just see whatever's popular right now, like top 100 songs in the country. Hit one and it plays. I can't find really any flaws with it. The music quality is, I'd say, a little better than Pandora. I wish I knew some of these top 10 songs a little better. That's my biggest problem. My daughter's pretty good at knowing what they are, but...
Britney Spears?
Well, let me see what today's top... The very top one is Party Rock Album by LMFAO. You familiar with that, Steve?
Little bit.
Okay. The Lazy Song by Bruno Mars. Everybody's got to know that, right?
I'm sick of Bruno Mars.
Yeah. It plays that fast as soon as you type, whatever song you hit, and it's got a huge library of songs. And you can also upload your songs to it, but I'm not sure how that really benefits you.
I guess to have them in your library so you could listen to them on wherever you are.
Yeah.
But I can listen to any song wherever I am so far. I know.
Say if you had like some songs in your collection at home on a hard drive, and you wanted to put them in the cloud.
Right. Like Beatles Live 67. You're not going to hear that on Groove Shark.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
but I got to say, that is pretty awesome, because my problem with Pandora was, it does tailor to your taste and plays what you want, but it just plays it too much, and it's just too repetitive. And I like having the option of like picking what music I want to hear. But does it give recommendations too? Because that's where Pandora is so strong. I would have not known for so many bands if it wasn't for Pandora. Does this do kind of a Pandora-ish thing?
Yeah, it does. You can make a playlist out of the songs that you want to hear on it, and then if there's a little button on there that says radio. So then after it's done with your playlist, or if it's on shuffle, it'll just throw in random songs that it thinks you like off of that radio station. It makes kind of your own radio station like Pandora or Slacker. I like Slacker a lot too. Haven't
used Slacker. I want to try that.
Slacker's quality, I find, is better than Pandora's as far as like the bit rate.
Yeah.
And it's very good at suggesting songs, I thought too.
Huh.
It's but you can't type in a song that you want to hear right then. That's a big advantage for Groove Shark, I think.
I see. Well, I do have to say, for Groove Shark, they need a better logo, because that's just boring. I mean, they could have like a shark-looking thing. Check it out. I mean,
it's that fin. It's a fin sticking up out of the water. That's exactly what exactly what the earrings look like too.
Oh, on AppBrain they just show a play button. All right.
Yeah, that's just a
placeholder.
Now,
that's
Groove Shark,
just a remote for it. That's not the official.
Oh, my bad.
The main component, honestly, is on the computer, where it does the exact same thing on your PC, where you can type in any song and just listen to it, and then you've got it hooked up to maybe your surround sound stereo system in your
really? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
And that is totally free to do it all on there. But then once you get hooked on liking that, you can pay $18. Well, they usually run a promotion. I think it's actually like more like 50 maybe for a year. But if you buy the promotion, like give $20 to Japan Relief was one of their promotions. Another one has something to do with a seal, saving seals or something. And then this one was buy the earrings. I went for that.
It's totally free on the desktop?
Yep.
That's
totally
amazing.
free on the desktop.
Amazing. Wow.
Yeah, and it looks like either all markets now suck, or you have to get it from the GrooveShark.com website. Because I can't find it anywhere except for mobile.grooveshark.com/Android.
Yeah, I think that's where I had to get it from too. And I think when I got it, I've had it for quite a while, and it was called like Groove Shark Anywhere at the time. But I'm not sure if they still have the same name.
I see.
But yeah, I think you do have to go through Groove Shark to do it.
Gotcha. Very cool, man. Great app. Over the door.
Yeah. Okay, my first app, I gotta say, roll up your sleeves, take your hat and your jacket off. It's time to get dirty. Okay. Android versus iPhone math. Think of this as we pick our teams, we stand on opposite sides, and then we charge each other, and we see who comes out victorious. You pick your device, your Android, you start the app up, and every time you do something, it goes towards the team number. And it's basically Team Android versus Team iPhone. The same exact app is on both services. And you basically, it's a combination, how good are you at math and how fast can you do smaller math problems.
So it tests like the mathematical skills of the users. Mm-hmm. Okay. I was wondering what this did. That's pretty funny.
Well, like there's a screen that pops up. It says 13 plus 58 minus 41 minus 19. Beneath it, it has 5 different colored blocks. minus 4, minus 11, minus 4, 11, 31, 17, and 8.
I think the Windows Mobile 7 Series mobile guys will do better with this because it looks like their desktop.
Well, that's why it's not on their device.
Okay. That calculation is... I have no idea.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. Just an example of how, we can take it to them head first and, show them on their own device how they're losing to the Android market.
Very interesting. That's a great app, though.
Yeah, man. I thought it was going to get really dirty there. I mean, the title of your topic,
right?
Sure sounds pretty.
I thought it was like going to be sales statistics or something like that, but it's a great idea from wolfapps.de. Very clever.
I agree, because someone like me will download and do the app a certain number of times a day just to plug it in and just to dig it in a little bit.
Right.
Yeah,
I can see.
terrible at math.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why we got calculators. I'm so into that.
Yeah. Well, see, honestly, what I would do, 13 plus 58, and then minus 41 minus 19. 1358 is over 70. 41 minus 19 is around 20. So 70, 20, it should be around 30, 31.
Show off.
Nice door.
Tim, what do you got?
Well, a lot of people may already know this. Dora, you guys may already know this, but I'm going to mention it anyway because I don't think it's been brought up. I brought it up a couple of weeks ago. But the actual official Netflix app is available. It has been released by Netflix, and it's in the Android market.
Oh, dude, I brought that one up. But no, but you have something extra to add to it, I assume.
Well, I do,
Yes.
but you have to search for Netflix. You have to search for the media client in order for it to come up in the app in the market.
Really?
Right, and you have to make sure if you have an old one that you downloaded from a site like Droid-Life, you have to first uninstall it, or this new one will not install.
So some reports that I'm getting, I got excited because it said, it supports Droid X. Awesome. Now it supports Droid X with Android 2.3. And I also found out that it does work on the original Motorola Droid. Sort of. According to Fuberjani, he was using it, and there's some movies that stream that doesn't have any video, but has sound. It just seems to be kind of random. So apparently there's some bug fixes there. But somebody like me, I got to be really careful because it says it's support for Droid X, not Droid X2. So I got excited, but the official Netflix app is not supported by the Droid X2.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I tried it. It says, sorry.
Damn, man.
We can't do anything for you.
It sucks.
But I have another little widget here, and this I'm going to try this. Let's see if this will work here.
Wow. Did you guys see that magical thing? Look at it, camera switching.
Yeah, I switched my camera here. But this is I have let me jump. Sorry, Steve. This is okay. I have a widget here. It's called I can't get into my phone widget. No, it's a battery. It's called Battery Circle, and it's really simple.
Battery Circle.
Yeah. So it hasn't been mentioned, so I'm mentioning it now.
I would like to love it too. What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's running right here. You can barely see it because I don't have it really. I have it set small. I don't like big widgets on my phone, but you can. There's all sorts of cool settings, and I'll kind of run through them here. And what it is it's a transparent widget. It's a circle that indicates your battery usage or your battery level, and it like your battery meter up top. It goes in like quarters. It'll go down to 75%, then it'll go down to 50%, then it'll go down to 25%. But with the circle widget, it shows in increments of a tenth, and but you can change things like the background, the color, the text. You have all sorts of colors to choose from. You can choose colors from the warning color to critical color, charging color. So very customizable. And then it also gives you your battery usage, easy access to your battery usage. So it's kind of a cool widget to keep track of,
Dor, show us yours. While Tim's talking about it.
Yeah, I just love it because I can now easily from afar see exactly how much charge I have. I don't have to squint and get close. Yeah. And like Tim said, I love the fact that you can customize all of the color patterns. So you can say when it's at 100% it's blue, when it's below 100% make it orange, when it's below 30 make it red, and you can change the thickness of the circle also and the size of the font. It's really, really customizable.
Yeah, yours is thick. So my I don't like big fat widgets on my.
It's just genetics.
No, well, yours is thick. Mine's long. So we'll just. I have there's pretty cool specs here too. It gives you. I don't even know if you can see this, but
it's too close. I think you're holding it too close.
Am I? No, you can't. I don't know. It says time since last boot.
Right.
It's pretty cool. The type of battery that it is, the battery voltage, the battery scale, battery level, of course, power plug, battery status, discharging. So, yeah, it's a really cool widget.
Very cool. I like it.
Circle battery widget. Go get it. It's free.
Can't beat that. Okay, over to Eric.
All right, Steve. My next item
up for bid
is this.
Wow.
And
is it a transformer?
It is a transformer.
Oh.
It does not have. Here, let me put the link in there. I'm sorry. It does not have Netflix either. Paste that.
This was the surprise Tim was talking about.
I would be happy to put up with it.
Yeah, so far it's it's not bad. It's been really smooth. Well, it didn't look like very smooth that time. When it came out of the box, it had 3.0, and it was really slow. And so what I immediately plugged it in, and within like 15 minutes, it wanted to go up to 3.1. And I haven't had much time to mess with it. I've only had it for 2 days. And
But what do you
It's
think?
got-
What do you think? Initial reaction?
it's nice because I use my phone every day for work, and I don't want to be messing with that a whole lot to be not able to take a phone call. So I thought I wanted to get a honeycomb just to be there, and then I could go on from there with messing with it. This is a 10.1 screen NVIDIA Tegra 2. It's got a gig of onboard memory, 16 gig other memory.
Damn. And what do you want to do with it? What's your plan?
This is going to be my toy to break and
Just do a different whatever.
hopefully not break or
right,
break.
right. But you just want to you just bought it, so you don't have like a specific use. Like it's not a task, or it's not going to be for work, for ringing people up, or it's just going to be your toy and just whatever you like on it. You find, you like, you download, you play with.
So far, right?
Okay, that's cool.
Hopefully, I can make some, put it towards a little bit of work. But I noticed my family really likes the Nook and Kindle apps on it already. Even though the two books they were downloaded today both had cuss words that they weren't expecting, so that was kind of
Really?
Mhm.
Do you have the dock?
Yeah.
Did you get the keyboard for it?
I didn't get the dock yet. There's still $150 for the dock,
Yeah, but
and I'm gonna wait for that to come down a little
Sure.
bit.
Sure.
Big size, man. That's so cool.
Yeah,
How much does it weigh?
it weighs about a pound, 1.4 pounds, 680
That's great.
grams.
How much does the
Um,
iPad weigh?
This is a little. I think it's it's a little bit lighter than the iPad. I
Cool.
think.
Cool. Cool.
9.5 hours of battery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice
You know what,
screen.
Eric? Wow, that is good.
It's got an IPS screen. See now, Steve, I was talking to you the other day about that ViewSonic
Yeah.
pad, and I almost bought that.
Yeah.
Reviews on it were so bad about the screen being bad, side resolution. You couldn't see it unless you're directly in front of it.
Right.
Plus, they really didn't have honeycomb going on it too much. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just bite the bullet on this one. It's only $150 more for this.
Right. Well worth it. I mean,
Yeah, I think so. I was going to be a little frustrated, I think, with that. I could
It's true.
probably get the stuff to work, but I don't know.
it's true. That's the kind of thing. It's $150. Now you have a usable device versus something you'd probably just store away somewhere. So.
Right.
Right, yeah. And if it does get stored away, I'll probably get a couple more years out of it this way. Now, as far as apps, I wanted to try go against Tim again because I got beat by him so bad last week.
I was waiting on that.
We got to. So I'm going to fire up the quadrant and run the full benchmark and see what we do.
All right,
I'll
I'll fire up Quadrant right now.
I'm going to throw it right in front of the camera so people can see the graphics too on it when it goes.
What is it called? Quadrant? That's the benchmarking tool?
Yeah.
Quadrant standard or something.
So, yeah, wow. So, Vengeance is
This is going to be
All
tough.
eights.
This is going to be tough.
Yeah.
How Timster, how much RAM does your phone have?
internal 512.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess Timster's phone. I have a hunch.
I don't know, man. They're both Tegra 2s. It wouldn't shock me if they're right around the same. Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at this freaking
Dang.
benchmarking off.
Oh, man. Yeah, and I got to say, if you want to watch video that you own on the go, Eric, look up VLC shares. It's DVR-ish way. Or if you're on a Windows box, orb.com. Orb.com is a very easy, simple way for you to get pictures, songs, and video that you own streamed remotely to you on your device.
Eric,
It's interesting because
yours is done.
he's got the Tegra 2 in that also. So it's
Right.
Mhm.
Is that the graphics too, though? I mean, Tegra 2 includes graphics on it?
the
I think.
Tegra 2 is the NVIDIA graphics chip. Yes.
Oh,
I mean, it's-
it's not
it
the
runs on
processor?
the,
I thought it was the processor.
I think it's in
It's-
one processor.
Yeah. I think it's all in one.
What's your number there,
Right,
Eric?
yeah.
1509.
1509.
What was Timster's last-
searching?
His last time was 23 something.
Wow, 2441.
Ooh, Eric, you got
Yeah.
smoked.
Buried
See,
me
he's
again.
got a bigger screen size, dude, and probably a higher
Oh, wait.
screen resolution.
Wait,
maybe?
but higher's better, right?
Tire's better.
Yeah, higher's
Okay.
better, but
Return that thing, Eric.
yeah.
You got beat by a little
No.
phone.
I think considering the size of his screen, dude, that's
Yeah, I agree.
But it is it's twice as fast as my old phone. So
Yeah, no, it's still awesome.
that's
Yeah, and I'm sure it's fast enough.
you know the weird thing about it? I went to Best Buy, and they were out of it.
Yeah.
I went next door to Toys R Us and bought it.
No, the Toys R Us had it?
Toys R Us had it with a $25 gift card for buying it.
Yep.
Oh, man. So did you get a toy with the gift card?
No, you know what? That was a weird thing. I couldn't spend the gift card for 6 hours after I got it. So I got it. And that's a drive to go back.
Yeah.
Someday.
The guy I know tried to get it from Best Buy, and I believe he had to get his from Sears.
Oh.
So everybody has it except for the places we expect it to.
Oh, that's just because it's sold out. Nobody goes to Sears for a Transformer.
Right. And I got to say, on average, in the past, most of the Android tablets have been non-official. So their reviews haven't been stellar, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
This one by far has been getting really good reviews.
Is this one official?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's not like the Gen Touch. It's not like the Gen Touch 7 at Kmart.
Well, you have the official Android market on there, right, Eric?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's really awesome. And I think the cool thing about that too, definitely over the ViewSonic, is now you have the option to buy the dock whenever you want. You know.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to come down.
Sure.
But the only bad thing is though, without the dock, you don't have a USB port on here.
Oh.
You have HDMI, you have micro SD, but you don't get the USB till you get the dock.
Can you buy an adapter? I know, like the iPad is like a
you know what, that
connection.
might be available because it's got a proprietary pin in the bottom that hooks up to a USB. That's a USB, I mean, basically, but you can't just put like a flash drive in here or a USB device of any type.
That is super awesome, man. Keep us updated on that, and
Will do.
I'm sure we'll keep talking about it throughout this show.
And Netflix won't work on it though, unfortunately.
Go get the keyboard.
I definitely will. Because then it's a laptop, you know. It's I could use that instead of my laptop.
Right.
It's lighter.
Do you have HBO service at your house, Eric?
No. I
tried because HBO Go is free, but you connect via your provider's for TV service, and then you get HBO content on your device. I tried.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up being where I've got more devices where the HBO is going to work than Netflix, I can always get rid of the Netflix and go over that way too. You know, that's I'd have to look at that down the road too.
You have options. Plus, eventually everything's going to be available on that thing, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yep.
I'm not going to pull a fast one. I'm going to do an app this week. I'm not going to try to sneak through the show. I do have an app, but to be honest, I actually just downloaded this right before the show, but it looked cool in the screenshots, and I had a brief chance to check it out. It's called Be Organized, B-E Organized Lite. And what it does, basically, it's just an organizational tool. I can't believe I'm saying this because I really just praised the heck out of Remember the Milk, but I just, for some reason, I find myself not using it anymore. I don't know if it's boredom or a flaw in the way it's set up, the usability. I don't know.
Boredom.
Okay, it's boredom. But this one actually, and I started using Google Tasks, just giving that another shot. I think they've improved it a little bit. But this app actually, it's really nice, and it syncs with Google Task, Google Calendar, and it does it all on one screen, which is what I like. And the interface is much nicer than actually using Google Tasks and Google Calendar like on your desktop in a browser. It's like pretty blue. It's cool colors. Be Organized Lite. It's a good way to view and sync up your Google Calendar and Google Tasks all on one screen and quickly, and do stuff that way. So like I said, I just downloaded it, so I'm not going to pretend like I've been using it for weeks, but it's on my phone, and it looks really good, so I'm going to try it out for the next couple weeks. And that's my app for this week. Be Organized Lite.
I like it.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's very easy to read. The question I have is, how quick because I know that's one of your sticklers, how quick is it to just bang something into it and add it?
I did that. Did I do that before? Okay, here we go. Give me something to add, Dor. Give me something right now.
Car wash.
Okay, add task. Title, car wash. Okay. Save. It's really fast. Really
That's
fast.
good.
Yep. It's in there.
That's really fast.
I agree with you, Dor. Some of them are just a pain to get to. You got to tap here and open stuff up. And,
Right.
man, that does make a big difference.
This is after you launch it. You got one click to add a task, and I think that passed the test, the quickness test anyway. So check it out, and if you guys are interested in that, let me know what you guys think. Okay, Dor, what else you got?
Yeah, that's cool. I love the fact it connects with Google Task, because Google Task has a horrible interface.
It does. It's pathetic.
So anything that can make it better is good.
Yes.
The app I want to talk about actually, I think, has a touch of I don't want to say, what's the word? Not conspiracy. It might have a black mark on it, I'll say, because supposedly people are using the technology to launder money. If you haven't heard of the technology yet, it's called Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Yep.
If you want to know more about it, how it works, how it's good, technologically speaking, you need to listen to Steve Gibson, Security Now, like 3 episodes ago.
Will that explain it, or will that confuse us?
If you listen, like every 3 minutes, he says something for 2 minutes that's very comprehensible about Bitcoin.
Okay.
How it is safe, it is secure, it's completely anonymous, so no one can be tracked by you. It's not controlled by a government. It's very maintained by itself, to where there's only a certain number of Bitcoin that can be made every year, and there's going to be a maximum number of Bitcoin. So hypothetically, if you have 50 Bitcoin now, it's called 50 Bitcoin.
Wait, what the hell? What is it? I mean, for anybody who doesn't know, it's just
it is like a internet currency that's not controlled by any government.
Who releases it? Who mints it?
The individuals who have computers in their house that basically do Bitcoin mining. You have a server, you set it aside with a good GPU, and it basically tries to compute complex algorithm of hashes, and they have to be large prime numbers, and then they submit them to the peer-to-peer network, not server-based, and the peer-to-peer network knows whether or not that's an authentic hash that's been made. Right. If it is, you get awarded 50 Bitcoin. Right now, in 8 months or whatever, you're only going to be awarded 25 Bitcoin. Okay. As time goes on, you're going to be getting less and less and less. Right now, what is 50 Bitcoin in 50 years from now will actually be 500,000 coin. They're just going, it is like saying instead of 50 Bitcoin, you have $50 million bills. So it's a currency that can flex that way, even though it's the same amount you have, completely anonymous. Every transaction is secure. You can't trace it. Hence, people are saying it's being used by money launderers, because in the last 3 weeks, the Bitcoin to US dollar ratio has skyrocketed. Right now, I want to say $200 for 50 Bitcoin.
Really? This is actually interesting here. This is actually interesting.
Right, and all you really need is a box with a decent GPU. If you don't have a decent GPU, your odds of creating those complex hashes before other computers drops kind of significantly. You could still win, you know what I mean? It's just you have less odds of winning. But if you have powerful GPUs, you can make these Bitcoins.
And win from who awards you again?
The peer-to-peer network itself lives on its own now. It was specifically designed to not be a client-server-based thing, so no one can control it.
That's almost like folding at home.
Yes, exactly. Very, very, very much like
what?
We're folding at home, where the Carnegie Mellon, MIT, I think it is, they hand out complex computations too difficult for their computers to task. They give parts of the computation out to a whole bunch of people, and it's basically the dramatization of folding proteins to see if you create more complex proteins, cancers, I mean, all kinds of different compounds. Only with Bitcoin, you're trying to create complex algorithms of hashes.
And if it passes a test, you get awarded money.
You get awarded Bitcoin that you can. There are services on the internet where you can go to buy something and you can pay with Bitcoin.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a Bitcoin to US dollar converter, and it's by New Dawn Dev.
Can I ask one more question before you do your app? Because this is just really strangely interesting. So everybody's racing to build up these algorithms and hashes so they could get Bitcoin from the peer-to-peer network? Like that's what people are like probably devoting their lives to. Some people are devoting their lives to right now to creating algorithms.
Okay, best example, yes. Okay. Up in Canada, people's houses are getting raided by the federal government because they see their electric bill go up, and the government thinks they're growing marijuana. So yes, people are devoting a lot.
Okay, sorry. Back to your app.
Okay, and this just basically you can look in your pocket and you can do the translation. You can see if you have money. I believe, and right now our U.S. government congressmen from New York are trying to make this illegal in the U.S. because it's not controlled by the U.S. So they're trying to make it illegal. Just, yeah.
Trying to make it
interesting
illegal.
To see where that goes.
Yeah, because this is it's totally capitalistic, isn't it?
Well, it is capitalistic. We as a country cannot make illegal the barter system. Right. And that's basically what this is. Right, okay. It's like me walking up to you saying, hey, I'll give you these pretty flowers over here if you let me ride your car. You know, you can do it. That's what they cannot make that illegal. Okay. And Bitcoin, there's no reason why I can't walk up to you and say, I'll give you 15 Bitcoin if you give me a couple hamburgers.
Mm-hmm. And it'll give you big time incentive to keep building those ass kicking computers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it illegal for institutions to do the transfer from a US dollar to Bitcoin.
That's so funny. Yeah. Can do like car dealerships accept this right now, or?
I'm sure you can find one, but my guess is you need a whole lot of Bitcoin. And I'll tell you what, if you just search Bitcoin 25,000, there was a big thing that happened like 3 days ago. A guy had 25,000 Bitcoin in his possession. Yeah. And it's literally, it's on a file. And if you lose that file, because it's anonymous 100%, you can never get that money back. It's gone forever. Okay. Right. The guy had 25,000 Bitcoin. Hooked up with the girl. The girl knew he had the 25,000 Bitcoin. He fell asleep after a little la-di-da-di-da. Hopped on his computer, stole his 25,000 Bitcoin, and went out the door.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute. How did she steal it, though? Is that a USB thumb drive or something?
Yes, think of it as a a SSL cert file. It's very unique. It's digitally signed, but it's 100% anonymous, which means it isn't tied to a person. So she can take that $25,000, go wherever she wants, and start to spend it. And because it's anonymous, they'll never know where the money came from.
So 25,000 Bitcoin times $200, like $200 per Bitcoin. What does that come out to?
A whole lot of money.
We are also like
over $250,000, I think just over $500,000. And the thing is, if she's smart, let's just say, she will literally hold on to it, give it to one of her children with a stipulation: if you spend any of this, you will lose 90% of it, kind of thing. And make sure it goes down at least 3 to 4 generations, because if Bitcoin is still around in 4 generations, that's going to be millions of dollars.
Another good piece of advice would be to tell him to back it up.
Well, no. That's the thing. There's the hash in the file. If you do back it up, the first one that gets spent is gone. So,
Right. Well, at least make a copy of it, right?
Yeah, but if she spends it first,
I would sell it immediately. I would sell it immediately. That's what I would do. If I had 25,000 Bitcoin, I'd say $200 a coin. Who wants it? It's sold. sold.
Hey, Dor, did they say in the article how he got the 25,000 Bitcoin? Did he produce it or buy it?
Well, there used to be sites out there. This has only gained really popularity in the last like 6 months. There used to be sites out there that would actually, you go there and they would give you Bitcoin. They would give you like 5 Bitcoin just for showing up. There were places where you could go to answer math questions and you would get Bitcoin. There were all kinds of places like that where if you did task, they would give you like 5 Bitcoin, 5 Bitcoin, 5 Bitcoin. And then there's no reason why you can't put a thing out there, because like, 8 months ago, you could have said, I'll give somebody $5 for 200 Bitcoin. And its value was so low, it was worth the money.
You know why I would sell it right now? Because it's going to get hacked, just like anything else. And the fact that there's not an actual person dishing out the Bitcoin, I think it's actually easier to hack. That it's on a peer-to-peer network. I think that it's really going to come down. Once people find out they can make money with this, it's going to be totally hacked. It's going to come down hard, I think.
Well, going by Gibson, it's going to be incredibly difficult to hack because of the chain of trust in the network. Mm-hmm. You would have to have a chain of trust that's malicious, much bigger than the chain of trust that exists already. Okay. He was trying to insinuate that's the only way you can pwn the system.
Interesting. Okay.
Of course, he's not perfect.
I'm not going to bang wits with him. I think I'll take his word for it. Mm-hmm. I still would sell my Bitcoin. I still would sell my Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right. So what does the app do?
The app is just a converter
okay.
to the US dollar.
Gotcha. All right, sweet. Thanks, Dor. That little tiny app turned into this huge conversation. That's pretty damn interesting.
That's how I roll.
Sweet. All right, Tim, how about you?
Yeah, wow. With these new devices coming out, Tegra 2, dual core stuff, gaming is going to be big. I want to be talking about gaming more here. Hey, Eric, I have one for you, buddy. I mean, you need to try this on that transformer you have, because I really think this would play pretty good with it. This is called Guns and Glory, and basically it's a Western game. And let's see, what's the best way to put it? I guess you could say it's like you like tower defense?
Who are you asking?
Any of you guys? You guys like tower defense games? And now I got a blank screen.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The video's not playing.
Is that the one where you have to pick an angle and a velocity and shoot something?
No.
Okay.
No. This is the one where, and if the video would play, actually, why is it paused? Let's see.
Maybe our transformer is better than that.
I don't think that is.
There we go.
Okay.
But anyway, the free version has 20 maps, and basically it takes you through like Oregon and South Dakota.
That's pretty cool looking.
But yeah, it's like a tower defense game, except it's an old Western.
Neat.
And you're kind of standing on the ledges of the canyon.
Right.
And you're shooting stagecoaches, bad guys, bad Indians, cowboys, and you rack up points that way. And that some of your buddies can carry, like, you can throw like dynamite, and you can the more money you add, the more you can bribe other guys, friends that are Indians or cowboys that are around to help you out. And the levels get pretty darn hairy. But I got a kick out of it. I thought it was really fun. If you like Westerns, it's kind of different. Tower defense, I know a lot of people have played on these devices. This one adds a nice little Western spin to it. And since it's free, why not? And they've even added 20 new maps to the free version. So hey, why not?
Very cool.
I never played tower defense games before. Something about, I think I tried a South Park one time, and I could not figure it out. But then Dor, I think, said last week that Plants vs. Zombies is kind of a simple tower defense game, so that got me wondering maybe I should try this genre of games and check it out a little bit, because I love Plants vs. Zombie, which doesn't actually scale well on the tab. It's nicer, I think, on my OLED phone.
Really?
It looks nice. Yeah, I think so.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I like the game because it is simple. Basically, you have an area, zone, or an angle of action that you have to defend. And this game looks cool. I see a scene train, and it can go back and forth between two areas alongside the canyon.
You see a what?
This is really cool.
Yes.
I see a picture where there's a train.
Oh.
Choo choo, train.
You just cut out. It's not like I didn't know what a train was.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Good.
Yeah, and the maps are really big, and on the top right of the screen, there, you can touch with your finger, and you could jump to any part of the map you want to. Also you can control each individual guy. You can have endless amounts. The more money you have, the more friends you can have, or compadres you can have helping you, bombard lines of stagecoaches and bad guys, I guess you could say. And you can control each one individually just by tapping on them and then moving them around yourself with your finger. Yeah, it's fun, man. It's a blast.
That looks pretty cool. I'm not a big history Western type game like that. I don't like that whole era really, but that for some reason catches my interest rather than Plants vs. Zombies type thing.
Yeah.
So
23,000 downloads and almost full 5 stars. So
wow,
very good. Thanks, Tim.
Okay.
All right, Eric, what do you got?
The next one.
Watch Eric pull out like another freaking $20,000 toy.
32-inch tablet.
Go ahead.
My next app is one I just had done for me for my business. Now this Android show is a little different than probably a lot of the Android shows, just from the clientele who listens to this one, and we got a lot of computer repair business owners.
Yeah.
So this is called the Silicon Wrench app that goes along with my computer repair business called the Silicon Wrench.
Wowzers.
Through the ACRBO that I mentioned last week, there's a gentleman, young Kai, actually making this app on there, and it's got a button to request support. You can call a technician. If you press the call a technician, it'll dial my number right off of that.
All right.
There's a link for specials, which I have going right to my Google Maps page. There's a link to my website, a link for feedback, and about us page on there.
Smart, man, really smart.
Yeah.
I don't want to cuss. This is frigging genius.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I'm not sure what it's going to be charging people. I think I got in early on it. The guy's name is Drew Dennis. He's an independent Android programmer. His website's not even up yet. It's going to be at drewdroid.com. And if you go there now, I think it's got like a countdown for 5 more days for it to get up and running. But and he's already making revisions for it too. He emailed me the other day, said that he's going to have another link on there that'll be for directions to my place, and also something that I'm not going to utilize, but other people might, where there's going to be an order status button on there where somebody could check the status of their computer, if they wanted to.
Man.
Where'd you hook up with this guy?
Through ACRBO.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah, he's like linking in with something like IT Man or whatever it's called, one of those systems, I bet.
I'm not sure. It works pretty slick, and I don't know. He's got a good template anyway. He can build it in a day and a half.
Dang.
Is it so you're going to give it away for free, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I give it away for free because it's just like having a website for me.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And how are you gonna do with people to let them know that it's around?
I'm gonna go on podcasts and
No, I mean like your customers, because it's for your customers.
If I notice they have an Android phone, I can just tell them, hey, you got an Android phone there. I've got an app on there that you can just press a button and get a hold of me anytime you want.
Yep.
That is like instant credibility right there. That just sinks it in.
It's gonna be. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I was going to say the customer's going to think, man, I got the most awesomest computer repair guy ever.
I'm actually curious. This will tell you how many of your customers use iPhones compared to Android phones now.
Oh yeah.
You'll really get to find out now. Interesting. Good luck with that, man. I think that's really slick.
It's worth a try, you know.
Absolutely. I'm just showing some screenshots from the Android market. The Silicon Wrench is a computer repair service based in Rock Falls, Illinois. We have the experience to repair your electronic devices quickly, and we get it right the first time. Our prices are very affordable, so call us today. Please visit our website at www.siliconwrench.com. Help a friend. Tell them about the Silicon Wrench.
Dude.
Neat, man. I love it.
Genius.
That's really cool.
Well, I extinguished my only app, so we're going to do one more round. Whatever else you guys have in the tank, let it out. Go ahead, Dor.
Oh, yeah, okay. This next app is how I encourage everyone out there to come on here. This is an app. It's called Apps, and Game Lab is the manufacturer of it. The app is called Best Apps Market. What it is, it's basically like a scraper to the Android site, but it also takes into account people that have this installed on their phone. When you have it installed on your phone, you can go back and you can rate your apps and give other people the idea of what is good. So you open the app. If you open it up 2 or 3 times a day, the list will it is like constantly changing, so you can see different things all the time, cool apps, maybe apps people haven't heard of. So I encourage people out there, get this app. You might find something cool. If you do, why not come on the show and tell us about it?
Oh, that's cool.
I see. Yeah. It's a cool way of finding awesome apps.
It's another way. Right. This show is one way, and I say, why not work together? So other people out there use this app, find good stuff, come here and tell us about it.
Very good idea.
Cool.
All right, Joe. Anything else?
And, well, I have one app that I have to just dedicate to a comrade I haven't seen in a while, I haven't talked to in a while, and I definitely enjoy my time with him, and that is SMD Steve.
Well, this must be a respectable app you're about to talk
about. I am very happy that you noticed that, Timster. You are exactly correct. This is for people who care about themselves. They care about their movements. The app is called GI Monitor. It's by wellapps.inc. This will help you document your stool. And if it hurts, you can document your meals. What's the stress level? What's the pain level? If you have medications, did you miss them? It can give you like approximations, estimations of what's going to happen in the future based upon the past. You can put little notes in, corn, and you can then share it with your doctor. I just think I just want to make Steve D happy, and I think this might make him ecstatic.
I think you're right. Let's see why the creator created this. We got a little YouTube video here.
I am Brett Shamich, co-founder and CEO of Well Apps and creator of GI Monitor for Crohn's and ulcerative colitis.
Is that Steve D in the background?
I've had ulcerative colitis for 20 years. I've had 6 flare-ups throughout my life, and I got a really bad flare-up in early 2009. I went to my doctor, and I was getting all the usual questions.
Okay, well, he's being he's made this for a very serious reason.
Well, that's legitimate. Then. I mean, that has a little bit of legitimacy to it,
Yeah, it's not just
a reason why it's created.
Right. It looks like it actually does look like a good app for what it does there, and it's not all about poo. I guess there actually is.
Well, it is, but Crohn's is serious. My one of my best friends ever, his wife has it, and to be honest, he did say to me, well, he's a poo guy too. He did say to me that she has to record so she knows if there's an attack coming, because she might go a day or two and not realize she's gone a day or two and not win.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Any more, Dor?
God, no.
Alrighty. I feel like such a jerk playing that video. He's all serious and guy recovering from serious disease. Anyway, I didn't know it was going to be like that. All right, Tim, so what else do you got?
Okay. Glow hockey, okay?
Ooh, that looks badass.
Yeah, glow hockey.
I want to play.
So, basically, it's air hockey for your for your Android device.
Damn.
Glows. It's got this glowing effect like neon lights.
Well, yeah, but Timster, did you get the free
Timster.
one? Did you get the free Glow Hockey 2 yesterday from Amazon?
Glow Hockey 2 from Amazon.
Guess what? I did. I did.
Ah, good
Okay?
man.
I saw it. Don't worry. Yeah. So I mean, it's okay game. It's pretty good. It's cool.
I want to play you, man. Is there a way you can play online?
I don't think so.
Damn. I'm gonna find
I got to
out.
say, Tim, that game is awesome on the tablet. Me and my daughter were head to
Now
head
you're
next to each other.
Oh, that
And
would be fun.
Oh, it was cool. We just sat it on the armrest across from each other. It was like
Yeah.
playing real air hockey.
Wow.
Oh man, that would be cool. You're right.
Can you play it like over Wi-Fi on two devices, or
I don't think
no?
so.
Okay.
I don't think it supports that. But
Right.
anyways, yep.
I like that.
That's
That looks really awesome.
Well, and it's only $1.99. It isn't like it's a $5 one.
Yeah. I mean, it's like nice, colorful, blinky lights. I'm into it. Anything else you got, Tim?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Eric, how about you?
I got one more.
Yes.
It's yeah, I know. What was the keyboard that you always like to use?
Better
No,
Keyboard
Better
8.
Better keyboard. Have you ever tried Flex T9 Speak, Trace, Write, and Tap?
What?
Ever heard of this one?
No.
This was a free one early from when Amazon first started giving them away.
What's it called?
Let me copy it. Let me copy it here. It's
Flex
called
T9.
all of that I just said. There, paste it.
Flex T9 Speak, Trace, Write, Tap.
And yeah, and I used to use Swipe on my phone, and this does the swipe thing. It uses Dragon Nuance Natural Speaking to interpret your words when you do that. It's got that built into it, which works great also. I don't use the Write so much. That kind of reminds me of like a PDA I used to have.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But this is probably the most solid keyboard I've used because it seems like a lot of them I use freeze up and do weird things, cause force closes and stuff. I really like this one.
Well, I'll say it constantly locks my phone up.
It does yours? Oh.
Well, and honestly, I think I got a bad download because everybody else I know that has it says it works fantastically.
Really?
Yeah, but I have dropped my phone like 80.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
I know. I just cut you off the pass. That's all.
You know, Eric, it looks good. I'm not even going to try it.
All right. Yeah.
I can. I'm so better keyboard staunch supporter. I don't want to betray them. No, I'm so happy with my keyboard. I can't imagine anything being better. But okay, maybe I'll give it a try. There is a video on the site, but I'm afraid to play it because I don't know if the guy who created this app, is freaking fighting cancer or saving babies or something. So, cool. And then, why did they make such a crazy name? Let's see. It's Flex T9 Speak, Trace, Write, Tap. Okay.
Yeah. Well, T9 was the old way of tapping 222-455-666 to do stuff, and it could intelligently decipher what you were going for. I think thank thought.
Very good. Thanks, Dor. Okay, do you guys have any... well, let me read an email. If you guys have any news or anything else, we'll do that afterwards. The email is from Michael. Hello, AAA. I am looking for an audiobook app. I have a lot of audiobooks. I would like to listen to them on my phone. I'm willing to pay up to $10 for this functionality. What I would like to see in the app is ability to play faster than normal speed with or without the Presto app, since I already have it. Ability to I don't even know what the Presto app is actually. Ability to automatically save the location of where I stopped listening for a particular book. I would really like it if it would, quote, roll up the unquote the files of a book into one posting, so that if a book has 7 files, it would be presented as one book and would automatically proceed to the next file when playing the book. And the ability to read from SD cards, either in any location or have a specific location for audiobooks. Thanks, Michael in Connecticut. I told him I'd read it on the show. I have not a clue about an app like that. Do you guys? Any suggestions?
I have so many podcasts, I couldn't have time. I will say, I know what he's talking about. I just don't know the apps that do it. Presto's the back-end engine that can do the speed up for the podcast. To have it all roll up in one, I know exactly what he means by that because I have a comic book thing that does that too. I just got to say, I hope somebody out there listening can offer some advice because I know I can't.
I know this is like a nice little wish list to present to a designer. This app should be designed if it doesn't exist because it would be a pretty kick-ass audiobook app. Wish we could be more help, Michael. Sorry. Next time I'll try forwarding it to you guys so you could review it and maybe have some ideas beforehand. But if you think of anything for next week, we could also include that too. Keep the emails rolling. If anybody has emails and they want to send them to mail@podnutz.com. We'll read them on the show. We haven't got a voicemail in forever. Call 7076-PODNUT on a regular phone, 7076-PODNUT, no Z at the end, and leave us a voicemail. We'll also play that on the show and answer it.
Yeah. Here's the threat.
Yes.
If you guys don't leave a voicemail, I'll leave a voicemail for myself.
He'll do it, guys. He's not bluffing.
No, he's not.
All right, Dor, anything else before we wrap up?
Yes. We had Groove Shark, Android versus iPhone math, Netflix, Be Organized Light, Bitcoin calculator, Guns and Glory free, the Silicon Wrench, cool. Best apps market, GI Monitor, Glow Hockey 2 Pro, Flex 9, Speak Trace, Right Tap. Or the apps. If you want to catch up with me, just go to door2doorgeek.com. That is DOOTODOORGEEK, and I spelled that wrong.
I thought you did.
You did?
I thought I did too. Yeah. You guys at home get it.
Go there and check it out. See what Dor's up
Yes.
to these days. How about you, Tim?
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, if anybody's waiting or looking to get a 4G LTE device, it may be a really good thing. The guys over at This Week in Hardware are really raving about the 4G speeds. So
This week
hats
in
off to
computer
you.
hardware?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
they are raving about the benchmarks they're getting out of 4G.
Really? That is
Yes.
very interesting to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so, check it out. You can find me, timscomputerfix.com, at Twitter at timster_. You can email me at timster@podnutz.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Eric, how about you?
I don't have anything much more tonight. I have a friend who just got a 4G phone. He said that they don't have it where he's at yet, but his dad does have it, and he's getting 20 megabits on
What?
4G.
You're talking about
Yes.
LTE. You're talking about LTE, not Sprint 4G, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I have Sprint 4G, and I'm unimpressed. I keep it off. It is off. I never turn it on. But if LTE kicks butt, then I'm into it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
this
think
was
it
in
is the
Houston area,
Okay.
whatever it is down there.
Okay.
And he got the Thunderbolt, I think, 4G. He really likes the phone. It's got a nice big screen on it.
That's LTE, yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
I might convert over to Tim's buddies over at Verizon.
Yeah, that's who he's got it through. Yeah, you're right.
Cool.
Yep.
But you could reach me at thesiliconwrench.com, and
There you go.
that's all I got. Yeah, thanks.
Dor, yes, I would. Of course, Dor, do you think I would not let you do one more thing? I knew you were
Right.
going to do one more thing.
Just a super quickie. If anybody out there has invites for turntable.fm, hit me off.
What
I'm
is
done.
it? What is that?
It's hard to explain. It's like an interactive Pandora with groups. So you could have a podcast. You could have a podnutz room in turntable.fm where hypothetically Timster's in control of the turntables, picking songs and stuff. And if we like what he picks, he stays up in the booth. And if we don't like what he picks, he goes
that's cool.
off.
That is one of the
And-
coolest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind, these people will come out with a mobile app, and it will be the blockbuster app of the year if it's all that it's cracked up to be.
DJs all around the world will probably want to get in on that.
Yeah, and it's like Pandora to where you can't play, you don't know what's coming up next. You know what I mean? Just like Pandora, you can't type in Beatles and hear Beatles right now. That's the kind of system it is to where you as a listener cannot directly know what's going to come up next.
So what does the DJ do?
Honestly, I don't know. Ohm Malik at Giga Ohm says it is the most inventive and entertaining thing he's ever seen. Leo Laporte also said, quote unquote, he can't stop playing with it, but he can't stop playing with everything. So.
He can't stop playing with it this week.
I know.
Yeah, it's like next week will be something else.
I just heard about it. Sounds definitely interesting, and it's by invite only right now, so I don't have it.
Hit door up. That's all we have to say about that. That's cool. All right. Well, that is going to be it for tonight's show. I want to thank everybody for coming by and watching and listening, or if you're streaming and listening to your car, in your car, downloading, whatever. Thank you for doing that. We'll see you guys next time.